What up, y'all? I'm back with another review, and I told y'all I'd be back with another review today. And I'm here with Homeboy Sandman Veins. I reviewed his Kindness for Weakness album last year, and I remember saying in that video, I think people were gonna sleep on we're gonna sleep on that album, and they did for the most part. I did see some reviewers that I watch talk about it, so I was glad to see that. It was my first time hearing a full project by him, but I had seen him featured on other songs of artists that I listened to that are, associated acts of his. And he comes through with this Veins project, which is 10 tracks long. And not these tracks aren't very long though. Like they're like most of them are 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. And like I said, just 10, so it was a short album. Let's go ahead and get right into the review. Uh, Track number one, Between the Clouds. Honestly, this track reminds me of Doom, if I'm being honest. And that's not the only time on this project where I'm reminded of Doom. Track number two, As Long as You Know. I take it that Sandman just wants you to know parts of his story and his struggle. That's what this track is about, because he speaks on things like that in this track. Track number three, Bamboo. This is the most upbeat track on the album. I mean, the rest of the album is very chill, laid back, smooth hip hop, while this track is more on the upbeat side. Kind of, not really kind of makes you want to dance, but just gives you that feel like, okay, we're taking a change of pace here on the third track here. The next track is track number four, Clarity. One of my favorite tracks on here. It's very smooth but heavy groove boom bap. And Sandman right here speaking on having a clear mind and how on his game he can be when he has clarity. Track number five, Consumption. The beat fits the vibe of the album, and the lyrics and the delivery reminds me of Beef Rap by Doom off of Food. And that drum, like that drum kit, reminds me of Beef Rap a little bit. Doom. I mean, not really the whole how that drum kit kind of drags out like. This one is just the whole. That reminds me of Beef Rap a little bit. You might not hear it as far as the whole beat goes, but at least the drum kit reminds me of Beef Rap, and maybe not necessarily as much as his delivery that reminds me of Beef Rap. It's well, actually, yeah, what he's saying reminds me of something Doom would say, but especially on Beef Rap, and definitely a little bit of the delivery goes with it. More towards the lyrics reminds me of Doom on Beef Rap. The next track, A's, J's, and L's. This is Sandman speaking on standing out and being at a crossroads as far as his music career, dealing with his mind, and the thoughts and his public image. He's at a crossroads between these things. Track number seven. Now, I'm gonna try to say this right. Kvek with Nightchick. Nightchick. Niche. Neck. I can't even say it. It kind of reminds me of Life is a Bitch off of Illmatic featuring AZ. Y'all know Illmatic. Nas featuring AZ. I mean, and this is Sandman speaking on his character and his desires. But really, this beat just reminds me of Life is a Bitch. When I first heard it, I didn't necessarily pick up on that at first. But when I got more into the song and listening to the beat, I was like, not the delivery or the lyrics remind me of what Nas or AZ did, but just the beat. It reminds me of Life is a Bitch. And it's one of my favorite tracks on here, not just because of that beat, because of what Sandman did as well. Track number 8, my favorite track on this album without question, Underground Dreams. Just the dreams of the underground rapper, and I'm sure it's relatable to a lot of MCs who are on the come up. Maybe not necessarily towards MCs who are underground and have been underground for a while, because maybe they realize that's where they're gonna stay, or that's where they just want to stay. They want to stay in the underground. But this is more for the underground artist who's trying to come up and necessarily reach the mainstream / commercial uh, elevation. Get to that point in their career. They want to be there. So I'm sure it's very relatable to a lot of MCs on the come up. Even myself, just being a music reviewer and chop and screw mixtape DJ, I can relate to this because I wanted to be a rapper. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll go back to him, like, you know, I'm gonna drop this one fire ass track, then I'm out the game for good. Who knows? But I think a lot of people can relate to this anyway. Just saying, you just want to come up, you want to get to the next level and then the next level, and the highest level you can get to, or you want to go higher than the highest level. You want to be at your own level above everybody else. I think a lot of people can relate to this, but especially people who are in the music, not business, who want to get involved in the music industry as far as being an artist, but especially in the hip hop game because it's about hip hop artists. Check number 9, lemon ginger tea. This is really Sandman just telling you to be calm like this beat. just be calm and go with the flow, but wisely though. And the last track on here, Bless Up, one of my favorite tracks on here, this is him speaking on the come up and what the masses want from him. And he's just saying, look, whatever they want from me, whether it's what this person want, this person, that person, whoever, whatever I do, I'm gonna slay it anyway. I'm like, I like that confidence that he has. Now, and that's pretty much it. 10 tracks long, like I said, not much really to talk about. I will say this though, certain tracks I'd rather listen to on Kindness for Weakness, but as far as a whole album goes, I think I'd rather listen to this before I listen to Kindness for Weakness. But Kindness for Weakness, kind of, not gonna say this album didn't seem focused, but it seemed more focused than this. This though, man, like Clarity, Savage with Niche, Bless Up, Underground Dreams, just tracks like that are some of my favorite tracks on here. But of course, Underground Dreams being my favorite one. And there's not a filler track on here, if I'm being honest. Well, I'm not gonna say Bamboo's filler, because it's not. It just stands out, but it's not necessarily one of my favorite tracks on here. I do like it. There's not a track on here where I can say I don't like it. One I had the least amount to say about was probably Bamboo, though. Honestly, either that or Between the Clouds. But overall, it's another good album from Sandman. He's 2 for 2 now. Kindness for Weakness and Veins. As far as the projects that I've heard, he's 2 for 2. He hasn't let me down. He hasn't dropped something where I'm like, this is just trash or not good or not as good. I like this more than I liked Kindness for Weakness, but if I want something that's more focused, I'd go with Kindness for Weakness though. So overall, I'd give this a 7 out of 10. If you've heard this project, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below and what you think about my review on it. Also, be sure to hit the like button if you like this review, share the review, and subscribe if you're new. Get me on Twitter, Facebook, AudioMax, SoundCloud, Instagram, and hit up my email for business. And what I mean by hit up my email for business is if you need your music chopped and screwed, reviewed, if you need beats made, you want to be featured on one of my upcoming DJ mixtapes, or you just have business inquiries that you want to inquire about, just let me know. DynamicJAB@gmail.com. Like I said, thank you for watching, and I recommend you check this project out. So I will leave the link to stream it in the description below. And once again, thank you for watching, and I will see y'all later on today.